This is Straight Talk, your non-diplomatic talk show, where we bring you incisive and non-diplomatic questioning on issues that border on the growth and development of the African nation. Now, the issue of the Niger Delta and also the petroleum industry have become like a Siamese twins that cannot be separated from the growth and development of the Nigerian states. While in some quarters in Nigeria, they believe that it is their right to control the oil resources in their domain, I'm just talking about the Niger Delta people, others thought that it is a national wealth that should be shared very well. Along the line, there was a struggle in the Niger Delta in a Nigerian state led by some militants, and it ended up by the federal government of Nigeria granting amnesty to those who took up arms against the Nigerian state. Since after that, the issue of insurgency have become one thing that the Nigerian state have learned to live with. Some say it is a fallout of the amnesty granted the Niger Delta militants. So also those called the Boko Haram must also be granted amnesty. I have with me here today to look at this issue an Ijaw fundamentalist, and also some call him a militant leader, though he might not agree with that, but that is the general opinion in the public. I'm talking about Alhaji Mujahid Dokubo Asari. Sir, you're welcome to the show.
Good afternoon.
Thank you. In some quarters in Nigeria, they consider you to be a militant leader because you're one of those who took up arms against the Nigerian state. How do you reconcile this position?
I don't know the meaning of the word militant, so I don't want to dwell on that because I've never bothered to check. It is within my right not to check any words in the English dictionary or lexicon. But my name is Alhaji Mujahid Abubakar Dokubo Asari, Alabe Diabala of Kalabari. At 50 years, I am old enough to know what is good for myself, my family, and my people. In the 80s, we started to rejuvenate and reinvent the Ijaw nation through setting up of different organizations. I started with a Marxist organization, Committee of Collective Conscience. I was a leader of that committee, and then we merged with other organizations that shares the same aspirations with us. First, it was Movement for Survival of Ijaw Ethnic Nationality in the Niger Delta, led by Mr. Tiko Goriba. From there, the Ijaws met, the Ijaws from the west and from the east met at Port Harcourt, and we decided to unify the whole Ijaw movement. So we have the Mimbutus in the west, we have Findik, we have Krimani, we had KYA, we had several organizations. We decided to meet at Akasa and unite the movement to become the Ijaw Youth Council after the Kayama Declaration. The Ijaw Youth Council started with a collegiate leadership. We held our first election on the 12th of June, 1999, at the Kalabari town of Abonima, where an executive council was elected. Felix Todolo became president, I became vice president, I later became deputy president, and I later became president.
Then at what point did the issue of taking arms come in?
The arms struggle has been the tradition of Ijaw people. It is inbuilt in us because if you read Ijaw history, a lot of Nigerians, those who call themselves Nigerians, falsify history. They distort history. They embellish their history. The Ijaws were the only people in Africa that fought the British and defeated the British. No other people in this part of Africa, the Ashantis fought, other people fought, but it was only the Ijaws that fought. The Akasa battle, when the Royal Niger Company was given concessionary right by the British Crown, far away Britain, to usurp Ijaw sovereignty. King Koko of Nembe rose and attacked the invaders at Akasa and defeated them.
At what point did you not take arms against your country?
No, not my country. Nigeria is not my country. I am an Ijaw man. I have never chosen to renounce my citizens of the Ijaw nation.
Now, would it be right for people to say then you are an unpatriotic individual if you deny the country you belong to? Ijaw is a constituent of the Nigerian nation.
No. That's not true, my brother. Allow me to give you the historical antecedent. Nations are built by people, not by force. The Ijaw nation were made up of different city-states. King Jaja of Opopo fought against the British. He was strict and taken to Virgin Island. There are so many Ijaw kings. King Imanijuka of Okrika did the same thing. He was taken to Calabar and put in prison. King Pepo of Bonny was deported to Great Britain. He went to England. He was in London. So Ijaw kings resisted. Ijaw elites resisted the imposition of British rule. In 1923, the Ijaw people, the Oyi River chiefs and people, sent a delegation to London to fight and complain against the imposition of colonial rule on Ijaw people in 1922.
So your grouse is the imposition of the colonial rule?
Yes. They went, not only that, look, let's show historical and clear historical fact what the Ijaws have done to clearly demonstrate that they are not Nigerian.
Sorry, are you speaking for the Ijaw nation or are you speaking for yourself?
As a former president of the Ijaw Youth Council, which was the premier organization of the Ijaw people, elected by Ijaw people, I have an authority to speak for the generality of what the Ijaw people believe. And these are historical, they are documented here and abroad.
But as at now, you do not have the mandate to speak for them. I'm saying this because I want to bring up something that is Alhaji Mujahid speaking for himself, that he is not...
Excuse me, I am giving you historical facts. So you build on these historical facts to draw your conclusion, whether I am speaking for the Ijaw people or not. These are historical facts. You can go to your history books and search. Make the relevant searches. In 1923, a delegation was sent to the colonial office to demand by the Ijaw people that they never surrender their sovereignty to Great Britain. What the Ijaw kingdoms of New Calabar, Grand Bonny, Nembe Brass did was to sign treaties with the British Crown. They never ceded. They never ceded their sovereignty to Britain, like, for example, Lagos ceded a sovereignty to Britain. The Sokoto Caliphate was defeated. Sultan Atairu was killed by the British. Arochukwu was defeated in 1903. Bini was defeated in 18-something. All these kingdoms were defeated. And Abeokuta, look, Nigerians don't know their history, and they don't. People hold the history of our people. Do you know that Abeokuta was not, the Egba Federation was not part of Nigeria until 1923, after the amalgamation?
The state in Nigeria called Bayelsa, is it dominated by Ijaws or not?
When you ask this question, excuse me.
Just answer my question.
No. It cannot be black and white. There was white apartheid rule in South Africa. Does it make Mandela?
The state in Bayelsa, is it dominated by Ijaw?
It is an occupied Ijaw territory by the Nigerian state. The Nigerian state is occupying Bayelsa, which they call a Batustan, which they created for administrative convenience to administer people.
So the pipeline vandalization, is it a way of getting attention of the Nigerian state?
Nobody is getting any attention of Nigerian state. Nobody. If some people are doing that, okay.
But your people did that in the Niger Delta.
Not my people. There are different groups. In every struggle, there are revolutionaries and counter-revolutionaries.
The group you benefited from, are they the revolutionaries or the counter-revolutionaries?
The wealth of the people belongs to them. And they have the right to take their wealth in any way and use it in any way they want.
Under the laws of the land.
Which law?
The laws of
the apartheid law of the Nigerian state that gives somebody from Madugri oil well in Ikube, that gives somebody from Sokoto oil well in Po, that he should come to Ogoni land and take the oil of Ogoni people because it is Nigeria.
You seem to be against the knowledge of the commonwealth of the people.
What is commonwealth, my brother?
What is